I'm at Croton Dam on March 30th, 2021. This is milepost 914 on the North Country Trail, 914.5 actually. The plan today is to go down to milepost 925.5, that's heading south, and then return back north along the way I've come. Beautiful day. Looks like it's going to be a warm one. I'll enjoy it. No blazes, but I think the trail goes this direction. The lovely village of Croton. And after we cross the road, the North Country Trail continues that way. You see the blazes on the tree. Croton Dam marks a new division point at the North Country Trail, at least as far as the lower peninsula in Michigan is concerned, because north of Croton Dam the trail goes into Manistee National Forest, and so it's primarily actually on trail, whereas south of Croton Dam it is mostly on roads linked together with occasional state game areas or county parks. So today I will be primarily on roads. I'm surprised to be walking through woods right now, but the map shows I'm going to be walking on a road, and in fact I am walking along a road, as you can see through the trees here. However, there's a track that seems to have just petered out, now that I say that, that parallels the road, so I'm using that one. And so I guess now back to the road. So this is more what I anticipated for today, although I am certainly hopeful that much of the way will be less traffic than this road. Right past the Croton County transfer station with the inevitable amount of trash on the downwind side of the road. Anyone who doesn't think that we should ban single-use plastics has never walked along the side of a road. Even the minor ones, the fairly untrafficked dirt roads, such as the North Country Trail often follows, have a lot of trash along them. I often clean it up, but I'm not going to clean it up until the way back, because I don't want to carry it there as well as back. Some truly impressive stands of white pine along the road here. A man in a van just stopped to offer me a ride. Stopped his van, backed up along the road. I guess it looks like you'd have to be crazy to want to walk along a road like this, but it definitely has its bright spots. That willow tree up there with its buds coming out, just starting to turn from yellow to green. Well worth seeing. So the traffic is certainly an annoyance. You never know what you're going to find along this place. A roadside restaurant and farm, it seems. A lovely stretch of Michigan countryside. With a busy paved road running right through it. It sure is mysterious to me how we Americans are so willing to simply throw away certain parts of our land, make them, uninhabitable, disposable land, as it were, as long as we can have our little slice of paradise, whether that be alongside the road or inside the car, isolated, insulated from what's around us. So here's something else that got more or less thrown away. It's for sale currently, but it looks like it had a rough life. Maybe we've just got so much land that we think we can afford to waste some of it to make the rest of it wonderful. And of course, this isn't even the worst of it right here. I mean, think about power plants and industrial dumps and transfer stations like the one back down the road. Well, America is beautiful. But you almost have to go to a special preserve to appreciate it. An old schoolhouse, I believe, right at the intersection of my road with this one here. Eggs for sale. And a very nice little barn. A sign that says this farm was owned for over 100 years by the same family. Lovely looking homestead. Crossing State Route 82, or as we say in Michigan, the M82. I'm hoping that from now the road will be considerably less trafficked. That was a good sized rig. This is it. It'll be nice to turn off this busier road, although ever since I passed State Route 82 the traffic has been substantially less. Still, this looks much better. This is what I came out for. Now we're talking, huh? This is looking pretty nice. Strange thing about America, if you want a pleasant place to be, you got to go where there are fewer and fewer people, and the fewer people, the more pleasant the life. It doesn't have to be that way, and sometimes it isn't. Some downtowns are very pleasant to walk around. Suburbs, however, no one wants to be in a suburb unless you're actually either in your car or in your house, because you got to have some kind of isolation from the hostility of that environment, the inhospitality of that environment. If you get far enough out in the country, though, it can be quite pleasant just to be without having your own little patch of turf. Oh, looks like we got a little lake down here. Interesting old barn with a beautiful lake beside it, behind it. Quite a few houses along this stretch all backing up to the lake. I believe that that road, turning to the left down here, is going to be my turn. Yep, here is my next turn. So goodbye 92nd Street. Hello, South West Avenue. No blazes marking this corner. Most of the time on a North Country trail there is a blaze or a sign at the corners, but I haven't seen one today since I first got to Elm Street, that busy road I was walking along for 4 miles. But there's no question that this is my road. The road's quite a bit smaller here, less traffic. We got some cows, if you can see those into the sun. Squirrel crossing the road. Geese honking. lovely field with the white tree trunks. I believe those are going to be aspen. They might be birch. Further south they'd be sycamore, but I don't think we have sycamore trees. More farmland on this side of the road. Definitely warming up a bit here. I've got my hat off, jacket off, wearing shorts. Lovely sunny day. I'd reckon we're probably a little over 50 degrees. A beautiful stream beside the road here. Michigan has lovely, clear streams, I've found. We have another old schoolhouse here at this intersection. Converted now into a home. That's what that is. There is a long fence. Rising hill behind, with a house behind some pine trees. And do I see a dirt road in the distance? We'll go find out. Well, the road in fact does turn to dirt up there. Always a good sign. Always. However, a more sinister sign, even though it's on the right-hand side of the road, I'm sure this is the right road, even though there are no blazes. Usually they're near the stop signs. There's no sign of one here, but I'm really confident I'm in the right spot, so I'm going to keep going forward. The road is getting smaller and smaller. Now this is some pleasant walking. We'll see what happens down at this dead end, though. Things seem to be petering out, but there is a blue blaze. I can't tell what it's telling me. Right next to the private property no trespassing sign. Is there a trail down here? No sign of one. I think it's telling me to keep going. The right thing to do. Here is another blue blaze on this tree. This is getting to be more and more pleasant. They're lovely, lovely peak. Here's my trail. It looks like I do actually get some woods hiking for a little while. I can see blue blazes off in that direction. Not a very heavily traveled trail, but so much the better. There's a blue blaze marking a left turn up ahead. And a right turn. Now this is some pleasant hiking. Hemlock trees. Another little grove over there. The most lovely evergreen tree of the east, I think. Approaching the edge of the woods and getting close to a field. Lovely place ahead. We'll see where they lead next. Oh, looks like I see some along the trunks of these spruces. I believe those are Norwegian spruces. Also very beautiful trees. Love the curve of the hill against the sky. Coming to the end of the field, right by somebody's house, and look, we got another blaze up here, together with an arrow, indicating that we turn to the right on 128th Street. Looks like more pleasant walking. What an incredible collection. Looks like those are gasoline powered or diesel powered, probably gasoline, but with metal wheels. Metal and no tires. There's another one right behind the spruce tree here. Fascinating. Can you hear the frogs? Quite the little swamp back in here. And it is alive and singing. Lovely little garter snake sunning himself in the road. I'm sorry to disturb him. I've seen several in the last week or so. I guess it's spring. Beautiful piece of countryside. I believe I see destination up ahead. Well, it's 12:01 and here is destination. Why is it destination, you might be wondering? Well, because about 2 weeks ago, when there was still snow in the woods, I walked up this far from the south. So I've now covered this entire stretch of trail. I'm going to head back to those woods about half a mile to 3/4 of a mile back, and I'm going to sit down to have my lunch. Usually I eat while I'm walking, because who wants to stop walking? But it's such a beautiful day, and those woods were also lovely, so I'm going to go there to sit down and eat. Here we have the singing frogs again. Calvin talks about how all creation is the theater of God's glory, all the creatures giving praise to God according to its ability. And human beings are the orchestra in the theater, singing along with the show, leading the show. And that's what I'm out here for. We got a nice couple of hemlocks across the road too. Well, something met its demise here. Feathers all over the place. Marcus Aurelius talks about how something that initially appears ugly, if you just understand the real nature that's at work there, you will perceive that it is in fact beautiful. And I can see that with an animal that's been killed and eaten, become food for many other animals, might still be being eaten by bacteria and things around there. I can see that is really beautiful. Another example. However, sometimes I'm not sure that Marcus Aurelius was right, because some things, the more I understand their nature, the uglier they seem to be. If this guy were just a glass bottle, it would be unsightly. But because it's plastic, it's not only unsightly, but because I know what it does, it breaks down into microscopic particles and it infests the bloodstream of animals. Not only that, but it absorbs toxins, and so takes those toxins with it into the bloodstream of animals. Well, this guy is kind of neat. And I'm going to put it in our waste basket so that it can go to the wasteland where we put all the waste that we don't want to deal with, so we can forget about it and forget about how much of God's good earth we're wasting. Well, I suppose it really is time for some new shoes. Look at that. They're already in the mail. I ordered them a couple days ago. And that does make another bit of waste. Let's go see. Well, nobody home, so no maple syrup. Alright, so almost back to the car now. Made it through the most hazardous and inhospitable part of the North Country Trail that I have so far experienced, that 4-mile walk along Elm Road. Overall, though, a rather pleasant trip. From mile 919 south, very beautiful, and around mile 925, a real gem. Total about 22 miles, obviously not strenuous at all, except for the length. And behind me you can see Croton Dam once more.